Good evening, folks. This is Chi Baker from Street Tactical Integrations in Portland, Oregon, offering internal and external martial arts. And tonight I goofed up when teaching my Wednesday night class, which is the Luohan 13 hands class, and didn't hit the record button for the first part. So as a result, I'm going to reshoot it so people can keep up to date. What I'm going to do is do our standard reading. And then I'm going to review, movement number 10, which is sift flower, and then the new movement number 11, which is white snake sticks out his tongue, or white snake strikes. You can change the color of the snake. You can change what the snake is doing. When you see the form, it might give you a good idea of what you'd like to name it. Okay, so again, this reading here is from Tai Chi as a Path to Wisdom, or Path of Wisdom, and it's by Linda Learhop. And we are reading from, I think it's chapter 3, The Quiet Before Dawn. The moments we stand quietly before beginning Tai Chi form are as full as those moments before dawn. There is stillness, but also a sense of movement within. The standing posture, we can sense what the ancient Taoists knew intuitively, that a human being is a channel that connects heaven and earth. According to Taoist philosophy, the heaven energy of yang and the earth energy of yin flow into the body through the head and feet respectively and meet in the lower dantian, the energy center located near the navel. The dance and emerging of energies that take place symbolized by the yin and yang symbol. This quiet standing at the beginning of the form is a time of centering and grounding. The tensions of the day that are lodged in our body flow downward and into the ground. At the same time, the earth is supporting us to stand tall like a tree, with our branches reaching out to touch the sky. It is helpful to stand with the image of a tree in our mind's eye, or as we know as the Tian Mu, and to feel the lengthening of the body, but we must be careful not to force it. Normally we think preparation means getting ready to do something. But if we go to the heart of what preparation really is, we see that it is exactly the opposite. We prepare by doing nothing. In Tai Chi, we prepare to move by first deepening into stillness. Doesn't matter where you are at the moment when you stand in preparation to begin the form. You may be on the summit of a great mountain or on the grass patch in a city park. When you do begin, the movements will extend endlessly, as the Buddhist sutra says, beyond all space and time. I really enjoy the sentence, in Tai Chi, we prepare to move by first deepening into stillness. So if you think about some of the postures that we've held, whether it's the Wu Ji stance, or mountain stance, or Dantian stance, it's about settling into that stillness, that quietness, rooting and grounding, and accessing, again, the energy from heaven, Tian Chi, the access from Mother Earth, Di Chi, and bringing it in and combining it and mixing it with human Chi, Ren Chi. And for those of you who are part of the class, or those who are interested, if you get a hold of this video, is that this week I sent 3 videos on Sanbao, which is the 3 treasures, which are Jing, Qi, and Shen. There's 3 videos. They're about 20 minutes each. You should watch those in order. Jing first, then Qi, and then Shen. And when you watch them, it'll make sense on how come you're watching them in that order. Next week at class, I'm going to talk about how you can access and energize your Jing, your Qi, and your Shen in the Qigong form. And the idea is that as you understand these philosophies, as you understand these concepts, it's going to not only deepen your understanding of the philosophy and the culture and the medicinal purposes, but it's also going to really strengthen your practice. So you're going to learn better about the different energies, what they mean, the health aspects, the healing aspects, and how to cultivate and access those while you're performing Qigong and Tai Chi. So really helpful videos, really great information for people who are really interested in having a very strong, deep practice in their Qigong. And for me, what it really does is it really harnesses to the greatest degree the energy, cultivation, movement, and the healing, the detoxing, all those things that most of us are looking for. So please watch those videos this coming week. So next week, i.e. next Wednesday, when I talk about the aspects of Jing, Qi, and Shen and how to utilize them in our Qigong practice in our class, that you'll have some understanding and you'll be able to kind of gain more from the talk next week. Okay, so let's actually, because of the book and the reading, let's stand and deepen our stillness before we start. So for me right now, I'm going to stand in holding my dantian. So again, you want to find that cozy stance, whatever works for you. You want to relax your shoulders, relax your hips, relax your glutes, knees are soft and bent. You want to open your feet and then let them relax. Think of the crown of your head being lifted delicately or gently is a better term, to the sky. So you're elongating your cervical spine. As you drop your glutes and elongate and bring that crown up, you're going to lengthen that spine up. Again, that's going to help that energy from coming into Bai Wei, that Tian energy from the heavens, flow in. If your spine is elongated, it's going to help it flow through. And if you're settled and relax your glutes, bent your knees, and open your feet, you're going to be able to absorb the energy from earth, involving well, Yang Quan, as well as root into the ground. So there's a lot of different things. So what we're going to do is, I don't know, maybe 5-10-ish breaths. We'll see. We're just going to kind of relax. So first, find that relaxation in your body that I talked about. And then lift the crown of your head to the sky. And then relax your hips and your glutes to elongate that spine. Feel the ground beneath you and then connect with your breath. Good, take a breath in, breath out, relax your hands. Good. And move around. I apologize, I don't know how much I'm going to transfer to the mic here. 3 of my 5 children are getting ready for bed, which means it sounds like a stampede of horses, cows, goats, all upstairs. So if you're watching the second time before you start kind of your deepening your stillness, is turn off the sound, settle into position, breathe for about 10 minutes, then turn it back on, and you can either rewind or fast forward to this spot. So the joys of having children. Okay, so what I want to do again, the main purpose of this, there's lots of purposes, but is to, again, we're going to review movement 10, which is sift flour. And what I want you to think about is, some of you have maybe made pasta from scratch, or at least made bread, or made pizzas from either homemade or bought crusts, and you're spreading that flour on the cutting board, right, on the counter, and you're just kind of smoothing it out, right? So kind of think of that motion. Your hands are light, your hands are delicate, but there's sensation, there's tactile experience in that. So your hands, one thing some people have talked about, particularly in push hands, but in Tai Chi and Qigong in general, that it's a practice of sensing hands. So there's a sensory piece to that of your hands as they're moving. So in the sift flour, you're going to be sensing that flour on it. Okay, so I'm going to give you two vantage points. One is going to be facing you, and the other one is I'm going to be turning away. Different vantage points help different people. So we're going to start from here. And sifting flour is very much you're shifting back and forth, and you're on your heels. And the second part of it, when you're turning, if you turn on the ball of your foot, because some of us are used to turning on the ball of your foot, and then you bring your foot back, that's okay. They each have their application to it. So I ultimately, I think it's fine either way. You'll see me sometimes, again, my footwork is a little sloppy, particularly when I'm teaching. A lot of times when I'm verbalizing things, my body is too distracted. It's pulled in two different ways. My body doesn't always follow what it needs to do. So please be generous in your evaluation of what I'm doing. But what I'm saying is that when we sit back here, right, we're going to sit back here, and then as we turn, you're supposed to turn on your heel and then step back, okay? Sometimes, because I'm not being mindful of my footwork, I'm here, I turn, and I go to my ball of my foot and step back. I think it's okay. Again, I'm not an ordained Shaolin monk, so they might think very differently otherwise. So I apologize if that offends anybody. Okay, so the first one is that you're gonna shift back, and you're gonna shift back on your heel, okay? And then you're going to reach out, okay? So you reach out, and then you pull in, and then you step back out, or you're gonna start your arms first. Start your arms first. You step out, and then swing across, and then your hand that's close to your dantian reaches out, and you circle in, and then you shift back, and you bring your hands close to your waist. You're gonna turn and shift onto your other heel. Again, you're gonna reach out, pull in, then start to reach out, and turn and swing. Then your right hand reaches out to circle around, comes in, turn. I'm gonna reach out, so I shift forward, pull in, and start to go out, step, and swing. My left arm circles out, in, I turn, pivot, turn, reach out. As I pull in, I bring my foot in, I swing my arms out, I step out and go. Then to end it, I bring my hands to my dantian. If you want, usually I reorient my right foot, When I reach up, and then I do our transition moves. Bringing energy down from the heavens, lifting energy up from the earth, and then reaching out to give a friend hug to gain human energy. Pull that into your heart and relax it down. Okay. Again, we talked about the transition move. You can make it fluid like that. You can also make it more like you settle, you take a breath, you relax down, bring energy up, let it settle, and reach out, come in, let it settle, and then bring it back down to Dantian. You can do kind of a more enthusiastic one here where you're reaching up. So your 3 movements can be done. You can even create your own. The idea is that we're honoring 3 energies, right? Our heaven energy, our earth energy, and our human energy. As I talk in the lecture about how do we bring in those energies, bring them into the human energy, mix those energies, combine those energies to fuel our Dantian, to build up that resiliency, to build up that reservoir of energy so that we can hold it and then utilize it as we need. Okay, so I'm going to turn my back here to give you the other view. So again, I'm going to shift. So I'm shifting and having my right foot out. I'm going to reach out, so I'm swinging my arms kind of in an oval. And then as I start to bring my arms in, I bring my foot in. Then as I start to push my hands out, I step out and swing across. Then my left hand circles out and then comes in. So as it comes in, is I'm shifting back. Then I turn. Okay. Then I'm gonna circle out and then pull my arms in. Start to move my arms and then step out and go. My right hand circles out. It pulls in as I shift back. I turn. I shift forward. I reach out. I pull in. I start to push forward. I step and go. Okay, we'll do one more. My left hand comes out. It circles around, comes in. I turn, swing out, step in, and swing across. My hands come to my Dantian. I reorient my right foot. I reach up and relax down. Pull up energy from earth and let it settle back in. And I reach out to give a friend a hug, and I pull that energy into my heart and then relax it down. So during class, I had one of the students come forward to show you kind of the application to this. I'm going to try to show it to you on Dural Bob over here. It's not going to be as great, but it's going to give you some gist of it. So this circling piece, imagine this is his left arm. His left arm is coming at me. And what I do is I'm going to circle and block and reorient this here, right? And if I want to, I can either reorient and let it go this way, or if I want to, I might come here and bring it into my hip for a throw, okay? The second part of it is, so I come here, I come back here, is that you grab here, okay? You grab the wrist, this comes across here, and if you hit at the elbow, ideally just beyond it, as you're yanking this, you will hyperextend the person's elbow and potentially break it. So this here, as I come out here, right, I come here, in, maybe I've grabbed it here, I push it forward here, and then I swing and hit it. But it's here, as I come around here, right, we're stepping, going out, we step out, grab, and hit. What I was also showing with the student is that if I grab here, right, and pull, and just pull really hard, usually I'm gonna swivel the guy, get to the back, and this shot can be right to the kidneys. Here, bam. Okay, so it's a hammer fist right to the kidneys. Thank you, Bob. As we know, kidneys is where the original Jing settles. Again, that's part of the lecture that I sent to you all, and talks about the importance of the kidneys. And if you strike somebody's kidneys and hit it hard enough and you rupture them, it can actually kill somebody. So, yes, Qigong, nice, energetic, relaxing, spiritual, as well as shows you some of the more kind of efficient fighting, self-protection attributes to them. Okay, moving on. White snake, okay. And you'll forgive me, my footwork on this one sometimes gets a little wonky as I'm talking. Do it fine if I'm not talking, but here you have to talk. So with the white snake one, a couple of things is that, so we start off here, we're gonna reach out and your arms come down. You have to relax your lat muscles here so that you can really have your arms be heavy. Okay. And as they come down here, you're going to pull back and up. They come up to your head. You pull down. You step forward. And the tongue sticks out. Okay. The first part, the feet are a little wonky, and just kind of have to go with it. It's here, right? It's really, as they scoop up, you're going to bring that foot in. So it's kind of like you're lifting your foot up, down, lift your foot up. Your hands are going to come up. They don't need to come all the way up, straight up. They're kind of slightly bent. In class, I said think of like you're doing a pull-up. So you bring it down, and then you're here. You're not gonna reach, and you're not gonna pull fists here and pull down. It's here. It's that gradual kind of squeeze here, right? And then you step out and go. So, kind of a front profile of it is that when you're coming, so it's not just bringing your arms out to the side like you're doing the breaststroke or something. It's down and out, down and out, then it lowers down, then up, then pull down. You notice how my elbows are on the inside, not flaring out here, and then point. The fingers that you point, you can point 2 fingers, you can 4 fingers. If you want 3 fingers, that'd be kind of weird. It's not 4 fingers. I think typically it's 1 finger. If you want, you can be like double snakes and have like the split snakes tongues, right? It's really whatever you want. This is obviously, well, to some people, this is typically a double eye jab. Lots of times in practice, we do both arms at once. Probably in a more kind of fighting, self-defense, self-protection, you do something like you do 1 finger. What we teach in my self-protection class, actually what we do is we do this. So you can kind of do whatever you want. The idea is that this is an eye jab. So however many fingers you want to stick out there, whatever makes sense for you. Again, this is more of the Luohan 13 hands is an internal Qigong form. We're really trying to cultivate energy within. It's not supposed to be trained as an external martial art, so we're not focusing on the martial art application as much as we are the movement of the energy and how to move that energy around your body to really create that cultivation of energy, to create that healing, to cultivate inner peace, stillness, and then do any sort of release and detoxification of it. So, so again, with here is that my hands come down, so I'm coming down and out, come down and out to the sides. Then as they come up, I bring my foot up, my hands rise up, my elbows are slightly bent here. Then I pull down, then you step and point your fingers out, okay? For me, typically when I step out, so I'm here, I step out, is that I bring my back foot forward. That's up to you. Some of you may choose, you're down here and you step out and you leave that back foot where it is. That's totally up to you. Part of it, again, is part of my Jeet Kune Do training and my other training where we don't leave that back foot. We bring it forward for mobility reasons. But, okay, so let's give that a go. So we're here like this. Okay, so I'm going to turn. I'm going to turn and bring my hands out. And then I'm going to scoop up, bring my hands up, pull down, step, and go. Okay. Then I open up my hands. I'm bringing them down into the sides. I turn, pivot, okay, up, pull down, step, and go. With this one, you are supposed to pivot on the ball of your foot, or kind of transfer. So here I'm going to, first I go to my heel, right, as I turn, but then I'm pivoting on the ball of my foot here, and then lifting up, and then here, step, and go. Let me see if I can do that smoother if I'm not talking so much. So relax down, turn, relax down, turn, pivot. Bring it in. Good. Okay, so I'm going to show it the back side. And we'll just do this 4 times. Shift up my heel, down, up, pull in, and go. Relax down, sit back, pivot, reorient my foot, relax, shift, turn, go. One more. So I'm sitting back, relaxing my hands, pivoting, changing my foot, pull down, and go. And pulling my hands into my dantian, reorienting my right foot, reaching up and down, relaxing down, lifting up, settling back, reaching out, pulling in, and down. Excellent. So, again, hopefully this video was helpful. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you're notified when I post stuff. Hopefully those, that gives more clarification on Form 10 of Luohan, 13 hands, the Shaolin Luohan 13 hands form. And again, this coming week, I'll be talking more about Jing, Qi, and Shen, and how those interrelate with each other and how to bring those into the form to really deepen your understanding and your experience when you're practicing Tai Chi. So thank you so much for tuning in. I'll be sending the rest of the class's video or the rest of what we covered in class this week via the Zoom link. And I look forward to seeing you all next week. You guys take care.